Hey folks, this is ioEther and we're back playing some more World of Tanks. So as you can see, this is Ashen Sugar, aka Ash, in his T110E5, the Tier 10 American Heavy Tank. Over there, yeah, over there, that's my most hated tank in the game. Anyways, you have to go through that to get to this, so I never did. Yeah. Before we really start though, we should note that is Ronick in his bat chat, and he will be helping us out in this game. This is obviously a tier 10 game on Melanovka, and mostly tier 9-ish, 10-ish game. There's a lot of tier 8s, a lot more than probably want to be in this game. But yeah. So, Ash is going to lead the charge up to the top of the hill. And so yeah. And while he's running up to the top of the hill, we're going to talk about some things that need to get talked about. First off, using the freaking backup mic again. My good mic has decided it doesn't want to work right now. I have no idea why. Yes, it takes an input. It just the input is so low you can't hear anything. I will get it figured out. I think it's I don't know what's going on. I'll get it figured out, but at some point. Right now. Second thing, I still have a cold, so if you hear my voice go out, I'm sorry. It's gonna happen. Third thing, this is the second time I'm recording this game in a row because the first game my computer crashed. So if I seem to say things before they happen, it's because I've watched this game like 10 minutes ago. Also, my voice might give it on account of all the shouting I did before. And then lastly, if you enjoy the video and you want to support the channel, the best way to do so, as always, is to like any videos you enjoy. I thought he would hit that. Yes, I know, I just saw this. And I swear he hit that the first time. Obviously he didn't, and I wasn't paying attention the first time. We're gonna go with that. So I'm guessing that Bulldog actually gets away clean, and ooh, there's something else shooting us. T69. That's probably not smart, Mr. T69. And now there's a T57 heavy shooting us. So Ash is hull down. The only thing they can see is the gun mantle on his. Yeah, this is my gun mantle. Anyways, the gun mantle on his tank, and his commander's ball, which is just stupidly big on top of the tank. But so far nobody's hit that, so that's really good. And Ash is putting very effective fire back into the T57, making him regret any shells he missed, which all of them he fired into Ash either bounced or missed completely. Now the T69 is firing gold into our VK4502, and I don't recommend that. Oh, I'm going to pause it here. Okay, so this is the heavy battle. This is where you always know by the time you get to tier 6, you should know that this is where the heavies will always be fighting it out on every map. Or on every map. On this map, every time, whether this is an encounter battle, whether it's a stand battle, or whatever, even in a clan wars battle, this is where the heavy tanks are going to end up fighting it out. There's never a good reason, no good reason that T69 should be here at all. The only way he can penetrate the fronts of these guys is by using gold, maybe. And that's if he gets lucky. But if he was down here, or even down on this ridgeline, he'd have a much better chance of doing real damage to his opponents without using gold. I run that tank all the time. I have a 67% win ratio in it, or something like that. I do not ever use gold in that tank, unless I have to carry a game losing. It's a beautiful tank if you use it like a sneak attack medium, like the Cromwell. If you use it like you use the Cromwell, it will excel every time. use it like this, you will die every time. Anyways, so back to the game. Oh, almost killed the T69. Actually, it would have been cool if he bounced off the T69 and damaged the T57 heavy, but oh well. That's the breaks. That didn't end up happening, but I mean, considering all the return bounces he's getting, I guess he's probably got enough luck on his side. Ooh, that was a really... I'm not going to say risky, because it wasn't actually a risky shot. What? Why is there a T62A behind us? No. Go away. Now, T62A behind us is one of two things. Either he's trying to be really sneaky, and he's going to end up killing or crippling a friendly, or he's just going to get himself killed. As it turns out, I don't actually know what he did, but he did get out. Ooh, we lost track. He did get out without too much badness happening to him. I don't know what health our Tiger 2 was at before the T62A, so I'm going to say the T62A's attack was actually effective. Now we keep seeing Ash fire at the just below the pike nose, like he's literally, pike nose is here, and he's literally trying to aim for this little tiny peak under it. And these shots, while I once kind of accidentally described as risky, they're not risky. They're take it or leave it kind of shots, where it doesn't matter what happens. Either way, it was worth taking the shot. Either he pens the tank, and it was definitely worth it every time to do that, or he bounces, and oh well, you know, he put him pressure down, downwind, downrange. That's the one. He put pressure downrange, and he made the IS-7 a little bit more nervous. Now, the IS-7 is starting to take some really bad damage, and he's going to have to start running here if he wants to get out of this. Now, for some reason, the T62A hasn't realized that his team is dying, and so he's up here still trying to press the assault and support these two guys. And because of the fact that they fell back so far, the T62A was very vulnerable, and Ash just takes him out. Now, Tortoise is firing at us next, and the Tortoise managed to damage our gun. That's unfortunate. It should also be noted that while Ash has been slowly pushing his way over this hill, the rest of our team has pretty much annihilated the rest of their team. There's only a few enemy tanks left, including a T95, Tortoise, a Jagdpanther E100, T57, and the IS-7. And firing into the front of the Jagdpanther E100, Ash was aiming for the lower plate, but the accuracy of this gun unfortunately betrayed him, and he couldn't quite get it. He does manage to sneak the shot under the pike nose of the IS-7 and take him out. Now there's a rock between us and the Jagdpanther E100. It's possible that was the reason we didn't hit him, but I don't think so. I think we just missed and bounced up his upper glacis instead of his lower glacis. Now charging in here, we do have the rest of our team collapsing, so considering the fact that Ash hasn't taken any damage, yeah, this is a great move. And he's going to fire on the move. Wow, okay, so two things there I didn't expect. I didn't expect Ash's shot to actually connect, saying he hit a bump and his tank was going up as he fired down. And I didn't expect the friendly Jagdpanther E100 to obliterate him. So, one of the two damaging shots on the Jagdpanther E100, the enemy one, must have damaged his ammo rack, and then our Jagdpanther just blew him up. And that was just unfortunate for that guy. And then, of course, the Tortoise stood no chance at the end there. Now, for most of this game, Ash was getting shot here, this area, a little bit in here, but not a whole lot, and then a whole lot in this area. And so, every single time you shoot at a T110E5 in this area, unless you're using gold, unless you are hit the perfect shot, and even then I can't think of where the perfect shot would have to land, other than like his turret ring, this area is always going to bounce, unless you have an insanely big gun, maybe E100 type gun, this area is never a good idea to shoot at. Yes, you can shoot at his cupola, which we're going to have to. It's a small target though, and if he's wiggling his turret, it's hard to hit. The best places to shoot are actually right in here, because the armor flattens out right around here, and you have a decent angle. Okay, so around the bottom of this tank, the armor is sloped and angled, and it's like, it's, you know, concave, convex. That's the word. It's convex. Yay! I remembered the word. Around the mid sections, but it flattens out right here where it joins the wheels, so you can put shots through here and through here fairly effectively. The other place, if you're in close, is of course the turret ring. So, other than here, the turret ring, and this thing, any other shots on the front of the tank are just worthless, and don't bother taking them. Don't bother firing into the gun mantle or the upper turret. And don't bother firing into the upper glacis of the tank. If those are the only shots you can take, don't take the shot, or try and hit this turret ring. Otherwise, of course, you could try and hit this giant thing up on top, which is, of course, if he's not moving the turret, much, much easier to hit. Ash was moving his turret often enough that no one could put effective fire on him, and that left him with full health. 2,000 experience without premium, with his daily double. That was pretty awesome, and of course enough for his master badge, first class. He of course got shell-proof, fire for effect, cool-headed, steel wall, and high caliber. These two aren't really surprising considering what we saw him do in that game. And that one's not really either. 5,700 damage dealt over 2 kills. That's impressive and a little bit insane. And so, jeez. Okay, so 5,400 damage blocked by armor does not include what was absorbed by his tracks. So he was probably up around 6,000 or 6,500 damage absorbed by his tank this game without causing any real damage to him. Now, he does have an auto repair. That's because his tracks got damaged. So apparently it takes 300 gold in a tier 10 tank to repair your tracks. 300 credits, not gold. That's interesting. Very interesting. I didn't actually know your tracks or modules took credits to repair if they'd only been damaged. Interesting. Anyways, that was an awesome game. Thank you so much, Ash the Untouchable, for saying that in. As always, oh, one last thing before I leave. I haven't been getting a whole lot of replays, so if you guys want to send me replays, please do. It doesn't have to be as epic as this one. It just has to have some action in it, and you wanting to get yourself famous, and that's pretty much all it takes. Make sure you do include a link to a replay upload like this one, so that I can actually do the credits at the end thingies. The post-commentary stuff, because without it, I just get lazy and tend not to do it. So if you definitely want your game cast, this is the way to do it. Thank you all for watching. Have a great night. This is ioEther out.
Hey folks, this is ioEther, and we're back with some more world tanks. Side scraping. How to counter a player who's side scraping. So the E100 is trying to side scrape. And you can see, let's see where. Ronick is actually firing at the engine deck of the enemy tank. And, well, that makes sense, because Ronick's gun is actually higher up than the enemy tank's engine deck, so he can aim down. And if he concentrates right, and if he Ooh, well, yeah, T-57. Really? How did you miss that shot on the T-57? Really? That was like a free shot. So the enemy in on her is getting really pissed that Ronick can somehow penetrate him without being, without exposing enough of his tank so that so this guy can kill Ronick. So Ronick's, yeah, again, gonna shoot for the engine deck.